Brazil really is a nation that has lived in peace now for, I think you said, 140 years, which is a remarkable record in a world that has been completely riven by war during this whole last 2 centuries. I wondered if you could speak just a little bit about the peace-building activities of Brazil. You are, as you said, above all, your country focuses on diplomacy and diplomatic engagement. You have representation in virtually all the United Nations countries. I've had occasion to work with Brazilian diplomats, and I think very highly of them. But I wondered if you could speak a little bit about how Brazil addresses or is providing support for the post-conflict crises that are so often affecting the world, or indeed conflicts that are underway. Some of the highlights and some of the ways in which you'd like us to think about Brazil as a peacemaker.
No, I thank you very much, John, for this question. Of course, this would be the best question that you could make for a Brazilian diplomat, because this is our turf. This is what we do best, or at least this is what we think of ourselves doing best. And we have a tradition of peace. Perhaps I can tell you, for instance, I can start by telling you that when I was ambassador in Israel and also in the Palestinians, we had for 10 years a presence in Gaza. In Gaza, we had even part of the territory there that was called Al-Brazil. And when I came to, I was on the first months, there was some this skirmishes that once in a while they have, and that they were attacking Brazil, and then it was in the Brazilian newspaper that there was an attack on Brazil, but this was this region that the Brazilian troops stayed there for so long that they started calling it in Gaza, Brazil. But no, these things that only the archives registered, nobody knows about that. But I would start by saying that our main experience in the last almost a decade, which is in Haiti, I think is quite illustrative of our commitment and our spirit and our purpose. And when Brazil started, it started off as a peacekeeping, but it ended up by being really a movement of solidarity, in which you had engaged Brazilian companies, you had engaged Brazilian NGOs, and there was a commitment, you know, that like Frank Sinatra, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. So we had the dream that if Brazil would succeed in Haiti, you know, we would establish a paradigm of peacekeeping and cooperation, you know, that would be very important. Unfortunately, you know, God is more powerful, because the earthquake came, and you know, and in the moment that we were start building already, then we had to start from zero again, and with and not only Brazil, but this is an effort of the whole international community, and the U.S. was very much engaged in the whole process. But the military there, they do not only exert their peaceful missions, but they do more than that. They teach, they interact with the people in a way that you can really establish a constructive relation. I believe that we have managed to, of course, that it's not easy, it's very complicated, and the earthquake did not help us, but it's a miracle. And the involvement was such that during the Lula's years, that he took all his cabinet. He had a meeting of half of his cabinet in Port-au-Prince. And he took many Brazilian companies there. you know, and more than that, he took the Brazilian national team to play there, which was, you know, this was the highlight, not the presence of the president, but the team was the highlight. So this is a very Brazilian way of, you know, approaching this, because you go with a heart, not only with, you plan, of course, but you go with the heart. And we believe that this it makes a difference. And this is, you know, we can say this because this is how we are in Brazil, you know. This is, it's very complicated, you know. Brazil is a very, in many ways, throughout we had the difficulties, the elite with other. We are formed of people from all over the world. And we have managed to establish a way of living with each other, mingle with each other, that we believe it's really enlightening for the world. We really believe that it's something that we can, we can teach, but it's a laboratory to be seen. But the question, and this is going back to my lecture, the question is to overcome the problems that we have. To be able to overcome the inequalities, to overcome poverty. And if Dilma Rousseff, the president, if she succeeds in eliminating extreme poverty in 4 years, which is happening because 40 million people in 80 years is a lot of, and so this is not an impossible task. And if she does, I think that she will be, the country will have very strong credentials, because this is the, we are talking about, you know, we have wars, we have conflicts, but the biggest challenge is poverty and development. So if a country comes with strong credentials in this, if a country comes with strong credentials in environment, if a country, this that makes soft, you know, power, it really can start answering the problems of today, the problems of every day, which are problems that, and you have a moral also element in this whole thing that I believe in the 21st century will be enhanced. You know, and Brazil is a country that doesn't come with weapons. It comes with, you know, we like to talk. You know? We are a country that like to, we like the other, we enjoy people, and we like to talk. So this is our strength.